Are the chats back up yet? Let me get an A. Oh, got a confirmation.
Well, that's the thing. How do you know whether that original, which we don't have originals of, represents God? How do you know that, even if it all represents God, that God is anything good or deserving? And if God has not come down and corrected this himself, it's his problem, not yours. You're not the one who is in any position to make up anything, any kind of decision about any of this. It's God's responsibility to correct all this. And if you are sitting there, as I was, as a sincere, devout believer, begging God to clear this stuff up, and you're getting no answer at all, nothing that is identifiably from a God, then either that God doesn't exist or that God doesn't care enough about you to answer it, so fuck him. I don't need him. He can squash me like a bug. There's nothing I can do about it. He clearly hasn't. I've been hosting a show for 15 years, and I'm still here. I'm generally speaking better than ever. I'm happier today than I was, 3 months ago, 6 months ago, a year ago. I look better today than I did beforehand. When is God going to fuck me up for leading so many people to hell? It's absurd. It is like the monster under the bed. And I know that it is incredibly difficult to get through that. And the reason that you're on the fence, and the reason that you are teetering, and the reason that you bothered to call us is because you already know it too. You just got to give yourself permission. And if you can't give yourself permission to be you and to follow your heart and to follow your mind, we will give you that permission until such time as you can give yourself that permission.
You got a lot of
I really appreciate
fears and guilt
what you're saying, and
that are there. Yep.
And counseling.
Oh yeah.
You need to reach out. So we will always recommend recovering from religion, because it's not just for people who are out of religion and already recovering. It is for people who are also in, who are questioning, etc. And there's also the Secular Therapist Project, so that you can get counseling that isn't going to be, well, have you thought about your walk with Jesus and what it might be? Ooh, are these urges that you're having there, are you sure that's not the devil? You won't get that. You will get sound, science-based health care.
Yeah. Yeah, I've been working with a therapist he is of religious background, but he has opened me up to this. And I tell him about this show, and he loves my questions. And in fact, here's why I still believe in God, to get right to it. I have grown up with the irrational fear of hell. And in this previous show, I was going back and listening to the shows. You had a person who called in, and you talked about an imaginary friend sort of God, and the invisible bus on the street, and you said something about hope. It's okay to have hope. You have nothing against hope. Well, my God, my version of Jesus actually loves this. He loves and respects you. He thinks you're a cool guy, and you can reject it. I don't know if anyone's ever told, but you guys remind me of Jesus. And I can picture Jesus, my version of him at least, having a great time, and Google the picture of the laughing Jesus. That's kind of like a new type of Jesus that I'm being exposed to.
A
And
new
there's
type of
an
Jesus?
irrational reason why I'm still holding on to faith. It has something to do with love, maybe, and I want to be loved irrationally.
Laughing Jesus.
Kind of like, almost like a parent loves their kid irrationally. I don't know, the story, even if it's not true, the story itself is very inspiring.
Whoa. What story is very inspiring?
What story? Okay, the story of Jesus' passion.
Bullshit.
Really?
Yes.
What, like, are you considering all the what I would call the crappy stuff in the Bible, like kill all these people, and like, you're taking it all, right? You're kind of taking the whole Bible as a whole.
I can take it all. Jesus story, or I can just go to this Sermon on the Mount. The thing is,
Laughing
the
Jesus.
story about Jesus. Oh my gosh, God comes down and takes human form in order to sacrifice himself in order to save us all. Oh, look, the Bible is the only example where the mighty sacrifices themselves for the undeserving. If you only cherry pick out that passionate story, save anybody.
Who are we being
And why
saved
can't
from?
God, if God wants to actually forgive people, why can't God just forgive people? Why does he have to come down and do a blood sacrifice and all of this other stuff? Why does the smell of burning blood and burning flesh ease God's anger? And what exactly did we do? Why is inherited sin, the sin of our fathers to the fourth and the seventh generation, carried down upon the children? None of that makes any sense. You can't have the sacrifice and atonement. You can't have the passion story of Christ unless there is sin, inherited sin, and a need for blood sacrifice. If you throw those things out, all you have is a story of somebody who's trying to help you. And yet that person is all-powerful, makes all the damn rules, and decided that the best thing they could do is to take human form and die and suffer, give up a weekend, part of a weekend, so that people who believe can go, or the people who are chosen can go, because it didn't save everybody. It just supposedly gave people some sort of pathway to salvation. I find nothing redeeming in that at all. It is repugnant, the notion of infinite torment for finite crimes, or worse, somebody else's crimes.
Don't forget the follow me or be tortured.
You don't have to take the whole Bible. You don't have to go to, the earth is 6,000 years old. You don't even have to believe that God told Moses to go and slay all the Midianites and keep the virgin girls for himself without wondering exactly how did they figure out who was a virgin or not. How is that remotely fair? You can toss all of that out and just look at the passion, but you cannot look at the passion story without the need for it. That God created a world that humans brought sin into, that God knew he was going to bring sin into, and that we had no say over any of this, and yet somehow we are all guilty, and that some sort of it's gross, it's disgusting. I don't find it redeeming, inspiring, or anything else. You know what I find inspiring? Doubting Thomas.
What?
Somebody who wants actual evidence. That I find inspiring. I find plenty of inspiring things in the Psalms. And in the book that was almost certainly written by a non-believer struggling with these questions. What I really find inspiring is nothing that's in the Bible, but the fact that I know human beings, I know secular humanists, who will go out and do good because it's good, because it benefits other human beings. God cares less about human beings than any secular humanist I've ever met. He's playing favorites. Oh, I'm going to give Paul or Saul a Damascus Road experience. None of the rest of us get that.
Yeah.
There's no sound epistemology here. God could reveal himself at any moment and let everybody know. And God could forgive everybody at any moment and just say, no, but no, you're undeserving. And for that, we have to have blood sacrifices and bullshit. Because that's what it is.
Yeah. A lot of what you're saying really does resonate with me. And
the rest of it will at some point, I hope.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm going to listen back to this. So thanks for all of the time. There is more I think about. And before I go, I would like to play you a little something. 1, 2, 3, 4. So you think that you can tell me how to live our life? Something I wonder.
make sure that Shelley doesn't sue you over that.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. I
My
appreciate it,
goodness.
Tom. Appreciate the time. Thanks. We're going to
Yeah.
move on to other
Hope he
callers.
calls again sometime. Let us
Yeah.
know how he's doing.
But it's cool. Something.
Something.
It reminds me that, so when Shelley was here last time and I played on the uke and she played on the guitar, and there's one moment where my fingers didn't cooperate and I didn't go to the A minor that I was supposed to, and immediately there's like an email. It's like, I saw you miss that chord, Matt. Yeah, I did, because I don't do this shit for a living. I'm not as awesome as Shelley. All right.
All right.
We are being
Sometimes those-
censored. America's news outlets no longer provide the truth. I'm Joshua Phillip, senior investigative reporter with.
Nice to meet you, Josh. Joshy. Your last name Philip. Call you JP. What up, JP? Gotta skip your infomercial, buddy.
Way too many people over here.
Ugh.
Seriously. All righty, Pete.
Today is March 15th, 2020.
I wonder if they were going to talk about the coronavirus. Actually, you know what? I might go back to that. Just listen to the intro. So, jeez. The question isn't, can you be quarantined for 2 weeks? I think most people probably could be quarantined for 2 weeks. Just sitting in their crib, chilling, you know what I'm saying? But the real question is, can you be quarantined for 2 weeks with no internet access? Like, what if the Wi-Fi goes out or your internet goes down? Could you still sit in your house with no internet for 2 weeks?
That you've done. So, dude, you're glad that you're here. We're going to keep putting out content, hell or high water. I don't care. Make sure that you stick around for that. Also, the ACA. Oh, fuck. All right, so before we dive into calls, I did want to make a couple of announcements and the regular ones as well. Obviously, Atheist Vanguard's going to be on at 3 today, so make sure that you stick around for that. Also, the ACA is posting announcements about whether or not it is open. Make sure
Sneaker
that
ideas.
you are checking for regular announcements because it's going to be closed because there's a thing going around.
There's a thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
So our printout, shit like this.
We'll still be putting out shows. The essential crew is still going to be here. So
And then
we'll
just
have
color
regular
them different
content.
colors and see which one I like the
If
best.
you are planning a trip out here
And then
to
put that on the shoot.
come on a Sunday or a Friday or Thursday, the days we're filming, definitely make sure you're checking the Facebook page, Twitter pages, Discord. So we'll have information out there about whether or not it's okay to come by.
Absolutely. And the good news is that this is online. So those of you who are watching, it is safe to be in the digital audience watching. We're glad that you made it. We're glad that you're here. We're going to keep putting out content, hell or high water. I don't care.
Yep.
That said, other announcements. The Atheist Day is going to be digital now. The Capitol is closed. So if you're planning on coming out for Atheist Day, don't.
We still want you here.
We still want you here, but
Where you are right now. So it's less work for you, really.
yeah, we're going to actually be doing it online instead, so people can follow us, and we're going to be doing all of that digitally so far. That's what we know.
I got a lot of gas in my stomach right now.
Fucking script.
You know, I do, though. I feel bad because that intro was so good. It was actually put together by a dear friend. His name's Chris. And Chris, you friggin' rock. And even though we can, do the event, I still love the video.
All right.
I'm glad you put it
Enough of
together
that.
for us and
Talk to you
the
then.
work that you've done. So, dude, you're amazing.
So, are there sharks in America's Great Lakes? The Great Lakes have sharks in them? I don't know about that. I thought sharks were saltwater fish. 3D pen making Spider-Man. Whoa, out of a 3D pen? No, that can't be right. Okay, it says top news. Well, we already know what the top news is. Coronavirus death toll in Italy. Trump repeats false claims that FDA approved something about his wife, Marlena. State Department will issue level 4 travel warning. Spring break. Spring breakers express frustration over coronavirus. A North Texas doctor shared the latest. Let's look up State Department will issue level 4 travel warning. This should be fun. Which means, I've been telling y'all this already.
Job from anyone else, so why accept it from your allergy?
They can restrict you from highways. Point blank, period, yo. They can restrict you from traveling on a highway. So local streets, city streets might be good for a while, but I don't know what a level 4. I think these travel bans are actually to leave the country itself, to leave the United States. But I'm pretty sure they're gonna do local travel bans where, like I say, if you're not military personnel or somebody working for a shipping company trying to get goods in and out of cities, they might shut down travel between larger cities.
Flonase relieves your worst symptoms, which most pills don't.
Is now set to announce what it calls a level 4 travel advisory that will apply to all international travel. What that means is that the State Department will instruct Americans who are abroad right now to either return to the United States or to shelter in place where they are because of this coronavirus pandemic. Americans would also be instructed by the State Department under this new advisory to not travel abroad. Again, we've been reporting that airline traffic is down significantly anyway. It would not seem as if a lot of Americans are going abroad right now, but the State Department will now instruct Americans not to do so.
Hey there, I'm Chris Hayes from MSNBC. Thanks for watching MSNBC on YouTube. If you want to keep up to date with the videos we're putting out, you can click subscribe just below me, or click over.
That's crazy. Well, anyway, I know this travel ban is already affecting people I know, like the person I work with. Their child goes to school in Canada. She's in college. And Canada closed their borders already. Like, fuck you, America. Don't come up here. Don't try to run up here. And nobody can leave Canada. So, that's what they telling you. They're advising you not to leave the country. Because if you do, and they shut the borders down, you locked out. Now, I'm saying, man, every major industry is losing billions of dollars a day. And now, just like you saw, well, just like you heard, the last broadcast I was listening to was a small local group out of Texas who do their own little programs out of a small library. And they're saying, yo, normally they have studio audience coming to their recording sessions. Like, no more people can come in the studio. And now it's to the point where they're saying this might be the last couple of days anyone is in the studio. And we'll try to keep the show going from our own individual homes. Actually saw a clip from Trevor Noah. His show is done. Like, he's broadcasting from his couch. How many other daily shows can I name any? Shit like Ellen. Or shit like, I don't know, Good Morning America, Regis and Kelly. Does Regis and Kelly still come on? Or whoever. Like, what about these shows? Them shits, everybody gonna stop, yo. Let me look on that right now. Like your daily talk shows, The View or whatever is fucking out right now. All that shit about to come to a halt. Well, I just typed in daily talk shows and they're only showing me clips from The Daily Show with Trevor Noah, which is weird. What if I just put in talk shows? I don't really watch TV like that, but some of these clips are from 6 days ago, 7 days ago, so I guess they probably already stopped like those nightly comedy news shows and daily talk shows and shit. All right, I finished the bag, yeah. Are daily talk shows still being recorded due to the coronavirus? Oh, that shit been happening. Yeah, like I say, when I try to YouTube some shit, and the one clip is from 6-7 days ago, and these are from like the 10th and 11th. The Colbert Report, Jimmy Fallon, Myers stopped taping in New York, Stranger Things, SNL. Here are the TV shows and movies shut down. The Batman movie, some Netflix stuff, all their production put on hold. Jimmy Kimmel, Trevor Noah, John Oliver, Bill Maher, Samantha Bee, Jimmy Fallon, Seth Meyers, James Corden, and Stephen Colbert, all their shit's on hold. NBC Universal suspended production on all 35 of its shows across syndication and broadcast, meaning the popular Chicago franchise as well as Law & Order SVU have been halted. Disney Television Studios revealed it has pressed pause on Grey's Anatomy and the forthcoming Aretha Franklin edition of Genesis. Warner Media puts the brakes on Euphoria, Righteous Gemstones, and Snowpiercer, while Warner Brothers Television Group shut down everything from Young Sheldon to The Bachelor to the CW superhero shows like Batwoman. AMC is similarly pressed pause on The Walking Dead, while Viacom CBS stopped Survivor and The Amazing Race. Disney was forced to stop production in Prague on The Falcon and The Winter Soldier. Wendy Williams out of there, Kelly Clarkson, everybody. Yo, motherfuckers is done. Yo, they were going to do a live action Little Mermaid. They're going to remake Home Alone. And Matt Damon and Bill Affleck were supposed to be in something called The Last Duel. Yeah, so no sports, no entertainment. You know what that means? All y'all got is art and education, and it's the best. It's so good. You won't even believe how good it is. Because without your sports and your entertainment, you're going to be forced to read a book with pages, many, many pages, with lots of words on each page. I'll spare no expense on the words. My Trump impression is so bad. It's so terrible. But it's still good. It's really good because I thought of it. Trump said the coronavirus is a hoax. Now he said, oh, it's a pandemic. Like, motherfucker, you said that shit. Nobody shouldn't take it seriously. But now, because you test positive for it. You know what I'm saying? Only thing that tripped me out, like, AIDS ain't even had motherfuckers this scared. They're spreading AIDS around everywhere. I mean, man, motherfuckers still fucking raw. Coronavirus? Oh, motherfuckers like, give me 5 feet. Oh, shit. Coronavirus. I should have got me some Coronas, but the liquor stores are closed. And the beer stores are closing down. So you're going to be at home with no sports, no entertainment, and no alcohol. Then what you going to do? Shit about to get real soon. I don't know why I didn't think about like these TV shows until this morning, like going to YouTube while I'm taking a shower or whatever, and clicking some shit, and it's like, The Daily Show? Is Trevor at his crib? Oh shit. And then Trevor started talking about it. I'm like, yeah, TV is gonna be shut the fuck down. Movie productions. When Tom Hanks and Idris Elba catch that shit, no more movies right now. Everything. Not many billions of dollars that is. Gone. Billions of dollars they'll never get back, yo. It's ridiculous. And where did I set my phone where it got paint on that shit, yo? Son of a bitch. Yeah, so no TV. That's why I'm happy. I'm a one-man show. I'm the whole production crew. We ain't got no editing crew. We get this shit to you raw, unedited.
Hey you. Yeah, you. I opened a SoFi Money account, and it was the first time that I...
Nice. Congratulations.
Not all this bad, because in the middle of this fight, we have the extraordinary heart and soul and spirit of New Yorkers. And here's an example for you. Just on Tuesday, I put out a call to retired healthcare workers and those who work in private healthcare.
He's sitting at a table that has a banner in front of the table that says, text COVID to 692-692. COVID. What's going on? I think I'm sick. Come to the the infirmary. Text COVID 692-692.
46 healthcare professionals have stepped forward to augment the ranks of those.
A 69 and then the 2. I mean, you double fuck twice. 692 mean fuck you.
I ask everyone who has healthcare training and who can help us to please step forward now. And anyone who's willing to volunteer, please go to nyc.gov/helpnownyc.
After fucking decades of crony capitalism treating employees like fucking shit, Now you're like, oh, can you please come help us? Please, everybody come out of retirement and help the country. Like, motherfuckers so disenfranchised with this goddamn country. Y'all taking benefits away and retirement and all that shit, man. Fuck that.
Workers and those private sector healthcare workers, you're seeing in many other ways extraordinary efforts of our colleagues in our public hospitals and clinics and all those at the voluntary hospitals who are already doing so much, our first responders, the envy of the nation, all that they are doing to protect us. Our social service workers are helping people through all of the challenges they're confronting now. Our sanitation workers who are doing absolutely crucial work to keep this city clean while we encounter a healthcare crisis. On Monday, I talked about a very valiant, noble group of workers, school cleaners and custodians and food service workers who went to school to make sure kids had meals even though school was not in session. Those workers showed up at their posts to help our children have enough food to eat. I want to thank our school safety agents and food service managers, including members of Teamsters Local 237, who have answered the call, stood up to help our children and those families who need food. I want to thank our school crossing guards who have been protecting our children who went to get food. We're going to keep talking from now on about all those who are standing up, unafraid, willing to fight, willing to help others. And I say unafraid, that's not to say they're not human beings, they're not worried like the rest of us, but I say unafraid because they showed up, they stood up, they did the right thing to help others. And I thank all of you for that. Again, all I ask of our federal government is to be as good as the people of the United States of America. Look at these everyday New Yorkers that I've mentioned to you, and these are just the healthcare professionals and the public service workers who are all at their posts doing what is needed. There are thousands of stories every day of New Yorkers helping each other out. I've called on New Yorkers to help the people in your lives, your family, your neighbors, those you worship with, the folks who live on your block or in your building who might be disabled, might have a serious health condition, or seniors who can't get around so well, to help them out, help them with their groceries, help them get the medicines they need. We've been getting wonderful stories from all over the city. New Yorkers stepping up, making things happen right there where the need is greatest. There's so many people helping each other right now. Again, I'm just asking our federal government to do its job, help all of us. And that's eventually going to be this whole country. It's New York City today, it's places like Seattle, but we certainly saw what happened in Westchester County. We see other places developing around the country, but make no mistake, it'll eventually be everywhere. So our federal government needs to right now go where the need is greatest. And there is no place where the need is greatest than New York State and New York City. Of course, I am heartened that the Congress passed an initial relief bill, but initial is the key word. It is a small beginning. It's far from what we need. I never look a gift horse in the mouth, but I can say with assurance that the first step taken by the Congress is just a small first step, and we need a huge stimulus and relief bill immediately that puts money back in the pockets of people who have lost so much, helps local governments keep going and doing the work we do. It really responds to the reality on the ground, particularly in providing health care for so many people so quickly. Right now, the United States government is not even close to where it needs to be. But I do thank the House and the Senate for the action they took. I am very thankful to the United States military for sending the ship that we've all been waiting for, the USNS Comfort, which is a 1,000-bed floating hospital and will be crucial to our efforts in this city and state to protect people.
I don't want to go on a boat.
The military, as I've said, I have no doubt in my mind,
They sent us a ship, which is a 1,000-bed floating hospital. Don't put me on the boat, man. I'm telling y'all right now, if you get sick in New York, don't let them put you on that boat. You're going to leave the dock, go up on the boat on one side, They're going to check you out in the boat. They're going to throw you in the water on the other side. Don't go on the boat, man. Talking about a floating hospital. Fuck that. Don't put me on the boat. I'm good. I learned from my ancestors. They ain't like boats either.
Do all necessary to help their fellow Americans. I just wish they would get the order, and they have not gotten that order. President Trump, I will only say to the president, I don't understand. And I think there are millions and tens of millions of Americans who don't understand what you are doing right now. You are not using the tools of your office. This is one of the greatest
I don't understand what the fuck you doing, bro.
In generations. Every tool must be brought to bear. For some reason, you continue to hesitate. I said it not to be flip, but to note the historical parallel. President Trump, right now, you are the Herbert Hoover of your generation. You are watching and waiting and missing every chance to be bold and to act to protect our nation. Herbert Hoover's successor, Franklin Delano Roosevelt, determined that our nation needed urgent and immediate action and created the New Deal and transformed the effort to help our people and saved our country, literally. President Trump is not doing that now for reasons that are absolutely inexplicable to the vast majority of us.
New Deal.
But there's still time. Not much, but there's still time. The president yesterday invoked the Defense Production Act. I have no idea why the president waited until March 18th to invoke the Defense Production Act, which has been used repeatedly in recent decades. Seems to me, given what we knew about this crisis, given that the city of New York held its first press conference to announce our steps on coronavirus on January 24th, I think the president could have invoked the Defense Production Act in February or even January, but he's finally done it. And we know the history that authorization allows for massive actions by the federal government to ensure the companies are producing needed goods and that they get to where they are needed most. However, the president has not ordered any of those subsequent actions, and this must change immediately. Through the Defense Production Act, the president can authorize the Department of Health and Human Services to order manufacturers to provide materials and services and to use their private facilities for manufacturing needed items. That has not happened. We have not seen the order from the president ensuring maximum 24/7 production of all items needed by our healthcare industry. And I would say it very plainly, every factory in America that can be converted to healthcare production, to the equipment and supplies that our valiant healthcare professionals need, and they will need even more in the coming months.
They already got the military coming up where I live at.
Every factory should be ordered on a full production basis, on a level prioritized by the federal government.
I did that yesterday. Took that video yesterday going to work. There was like 5 more of them too. There was just the first 2 I passed. When I got past the first one, I'm like, yo, this motherfucking military truck full of motherfuckers. Now I look up ahead, like as soon as I got past the second, by the first one, I'm like, I need to record this truck. I thought it was just the one truck. Then I look up, I'm like, oh shit, there's another one up there, full of people, and they was carrying some little cargo shit in the back. Then sped past them. There was like 1, 2, 3, at least 4 more vehicles ahead of them 2, yo. That was 6 goddamn trucks they was bringing into the city. Yo, the cheese on this shit is crazy. That shit come off on your fingers so easy.
But that order has not been given by our commander-in-chief. And it is beyond comprehension. It is immoral that our president has not ordered our military to full mobilization, because this is the great threat to our nation. We have armed forces overseas who are protecting us against terrorism and foreign threats. But right now we have a domestic threat on a level we have never seen in decades. Our military is the only answer at this point. And we expect those goods that are produced that we need for our hospitals to get there in time. There's only one organization that can guarantee that, and that is the United States military. When will President Trump give the order? That is my question. When will he give the order? Why is he hesitating? Why? People are suffering now, and they will be suffering so much more in the month of April. And the president gives himself an A grade, and he congratulates himself, and yet he will not act in the way we need it most. This is patently unacceptable.
How can the military help get supplies out quicker?
Our military also, in addition to their extraordinary logistical capacity, our military has the ability to bring exceptional medical personnel directly to where the need is greatest. Our healthcare leadership here in the city has made clear that supplies and medical equipment are a deep concern. Physical capacity to build out an extraordinary amount of new healthcare abilities and beds is crucial. But the single most important factor is personnel. We're going to need all the people I've spoken about previously to do all they can do, but they can't do it alone. In our military are extraordinary, trained professionals used to dealing with the most difficult circumstances. And yet they are at their bases right now. All over this country, they are not at the front. The front is here in New York City. Let's be very clear, this is a different kind of war.
This motherfucker wants the troops out.
In New York City. How on earth?
It's a fight. It's a war.
Medical professionals.
We're going to war against the virus.
In this nation.
Need martial law.
This nation. Why have they not been
Why don't we have martial law yet?
In California and Washington State, they could be helping right now. We need them. We need everything the military can bring to bear.
Yeah, like martial law.
I sent
Don't do
2
that.
letters this week, and I'll be sending many more trying to get action. And letters are just a way of making 100% clear what we're talking about. This letter to Secretary Alex Azar, Secretary of Health and Human Services, and Secretary Robert Wilkie, Department of Veterans Affairs. This lays out very clearly our request that the Veterans Administration facilities in this city, all available beds, all available medical personnel in our Veterans Administration facilities be activated immediately to serve in the cause of fighting the coronavirus. We know for a fact that our Veterans Administration facilities have excess capacity, and we know we're in the middle of a national crisis. I know, again, that the medical personnel in these facilities stand ready to help, but they need the order from these 2 secretaries so they can provide maximum support to New York City, and the same would be true everywhere in the country. I sent this letter to Secretary Azar of HHS, delineating the supply request again, and this is one of many requests we've made, but I'm doing it very publicly. We'll put this online for everyone to see. Here are the supplies that must be provided to New York City early in April for us to ensure that our healthcare system, public and private, can bear the brunt of the coronavirus crisis and serve our people. We need 3 million N95 masks. We need 50 million surgical masks. We need 15,000 ventilators. And 25 million each of the following items of personal protective equipment, which our healthcare workers and first responders would use depending on the situation. Surgical gowns, coveralls, gloves, face masks. We need these in great numbers. They may sound like daunting numbers at first, but given the extraordinary production capacity of this country, they are very much achievable if our nation is put on a war footing and our president uses the powers he already has to coordinate and to prioritize through the private sector the production we need. That's the kind of level of production we need, those specific supplies we need to ensure that healthcare in New York City can continue on the level we need to fight this crisis. Our senator, our senior senator, Chuck Schumer, has put forth a powerful idea. He calls it a new Marshall Plan.
Uh-oh, martial law.
It's a Marshall Plan for our hospitals, and I give him credit for this because he's using one of the great examples in American history, the Marshall Plan after World War II, which literally rebuilt the European continent that had been left in ruins after the war.
After y'all blew that bitch up.
Reestablished a thriving economy. The Marshall Plan, the original Marshall Plan, made the United States the envy of the world and created tremendous gratitude for our nation all over the globe. And that was at a time where we had a lot less technology and many disadvantages just having come out of war ourselves. Senator Schumer's right. It's the right attitude. It's the right approach. A Marshall Plan for our hospitals, for the entire nation, would involve massive new investments to support state and local governments that already are doing so much to fight coronavirus and that are struggling with the challenge in so many ways, to strengthen and build out our healthcare workforce. It would involve major investments in our strategic national stockpile and our centers for disease control. And it would allow for the large-scale infrastructure we need to fight this extended war. So I want to thank Senator Schumer and ask all the members of the House and Senate to include Senator Schumer's plan in the upcoming legislation you pass.
Now, why couldn't we end poverty like this right here?
Part of this
poverty and homelessness, it's going to kill everyone. We have to do something now. Everyone needs a home. Everyone needs a job.
And I will say, we will attempt to give New Yorkers constant updates, including ones we wish we didn't have to give. And anyone who needs an update can go to nyc.gov/coronavirus. Anyone who needs specific information or has specific needs, of course, can also call 311.
It's crazy, yo. Coronavirus got its own website, yo. What the fuck?
We are seeing an explosion in the number of cases here in New York City. Now, I will be clear that part of that is that we finally have more extensive testing going on. We have nowhere near the amount of testing that we should ideally have. We have nowhere near the amount of testing we should have had weeks and weeks ago to get ahead of this crisis. Nowhere near the amount of testing that a place like South Korea had, and they were able to use testing as a powerful part of a strategy to beat back the coronavirus. We're still far from where we should be, but we have a lot more testing than we used to have. And so it is natural that as you have more testing, you will see numbers grow simply because the larger reality is being captured more effectively. But this number is nonetheless very, very painful. And I'll tell you that the city of New York will be every day at 10 a.m. and again at 6 p.m. putting together our numbers and providing updates as we are ready once they are confirmed. So based on the update from 10 a.m. today, which is different from the state's update, which came from last night at midnight. So this is, again, a different number than the state had for the city. Different number because it is 10 hours difference, and this will show you how fast this crisis is growing. At this point in New York City, based on the 10 a.m. number, 3,615 confirmed cases of the coronavirus in New York City. Again, each of those a human being and a family represented. And that number has undoubtedly gone up since 10 a.m. It's a painful, distressing number. I also have to report another even more painful number. There have been 22 deaths now in New York City directly related to coronavirus. The breakout by borough. In Queens, 980 cases. In Manhattan, 976 cases. In Brooklyn, 1,030 cases. In the Bronx, 463 cases. In Staten Island, 165 cases. I'm going to go through some specific issues before I turn to Dr. Barbeau, and I'll go quick here. Unfortunately, we can report that we have the first instance of an inmate on Rikers Island testing positive. The inmate is individual in his early 30s, and thankfully at this moment, health-wise, is doing okay. Is in isolation, has been moved to our communicable disease unit on Rikers Island, part of the healthcare apparatus on Rikers Island. This inmate was in a housing unit with other inmates. All have been checked for symptoms. 8 have been identified with symptoms and moved also to isolation in the communicable disease.
Oh my God, they about to start killing off the prisoners.
Question came up several times the last few days about those incarcerated, and if there were instances where anyone should be released because of particular health vulnerabilities and because their status put them at low risk of reoffending or being any kind of threat. At this point, this is an ongoing effort. It will keep growing as we review more cases. The cases are being reviewed by the NYPD and the Mayor's Office of Criminal Justice, and as they reach agreement on an individual case, we start the process to release them. 40 inmates have been put on the list. We are awaiting sign-off, depending on the case, from the relevant district attorney and or the state of New York. And we intend to begin releases as early as today. Once we have that sign-off, we will continue reviewing other cases.
Nigga, coronavirus saved my life. They got me out of... I'm about to do an 8 to 10, boy. Almost did 8 to 10. I'm out of here.
There are now 10 new sites at hospitals, and these sites will have the ability to serve approximately 150 people per day. 8, again, I'm going to emphasize throughout. I know we're going to get this question constantly, and we'll keep reiterating on a priority basis, on a reservation basis, until we have much, much greater testing capacity. Everything must be focused on those in greatest need, and everything will be done on a reservation basis. People who walk up or drive up without a reservation cannot be tested. We have to keep the priorities tight here, but we keep working every day to try and expand the amount of testing to reach as far as we can. The 10 sites, again, will serve 150 people per day approximately initially. Again, in every case, we'll look to increase the numbers as much as we can. 8 are already open at Bellevue, Elmhurst, Harlem, Jacoby, Kings, Lincoln, Woodhull, and Queens hospitals. 2 will open next week at Coney Island and Jacoby. There are 7 new sites at Gotham clinics. Each can serve and test 50 to 75 people per day. All will be open this week. They include Belvis, Cumberland, East New York, Gouverneur, Morrisania, Sydenham, and Vanderbilt. 4 new testing centers. Each will serve and test 100 people per day approximately. 2 are open at Coney Island and Jacoby. 2 coming up shortly at Kings County and Queens Hospital. This is all separate from the state-operated drive-through testing center in Staten Island, and separate from the 5 new testing centers that are coming soon in coordination with FEMA that will be set up in New York City. We'll have details on that as they get solidified. All appointment only, all prioritizing the sickest and most vulnerable, remembering that 80% of all coronavirus cases will be mild. Thank God for those who have them. And again, if you are younger than 50 and you don't have a pre-existing condition, those are exactly the people who are coming through overwhelmingly pretty well through this challenge. And we want those people, especially if you get sick, to stay home and wait 3 or 4 days to see if your symptoms get better or worse. Only if they get worse.
Motherfucker, I might die in 2 days, but you want me to stay here for 3 or 4 days?
Our businesses, I want to thank all the restaurant owners, bar owners, cafe owners, all the people who work there. You've been put through so much these last days. I'm sorry for that. But this was something that had to be done for the good of the people in New York City. But there have been so many great instances of people who own these establishments working with the new rules, keeping those takeout and delivery options going, trying to take care of their workers, and we understand what a strain that is. We understand there have been real layoffs, and it's very, very sad, but thank you for everything you're trying to do to keep getting people food who need it and keep your businesses alive to the best of your ability. I want to note for all those who doubted the ability of New Yorkers to deal with this new dynamic. Over the last few days, we have sent out the NYPD, the FDNY, Department of Buildings, and the Sheriff's Office to ensure that restaurants and bars that serve food were closing at the appropriate hour, and were not allowing customers to dine in. We have seen overwhelming compliance by those who own and work in these establishments. There have been, as of yesterday, I believe this number is 8,150 inspections that yielded only 6 violations. That's about as close to perfect as it gets in human life, and I really want to thank everyone and thank these inspectors who are doing such important work to ensure that everyone's safe by avoiding the social distancing that goes with what we used to know as social life only a few days ago, that helping people not continue the habits we used to have that unfortunately only led to the spread of this disease. These inspectors are doing such important work. I want to thank them all. On telecommuting, the state issued a new guidance which I approve of 100%, taking to 75% the number of workers who should be out of their offices, even for those businesses that continue in their physical locations. We are working with the state on a proper enforcement mechanism. To everyone, if you still are not yet telecommuting, you must. It's as simple as that. And we need every employer to understand that. And any employee who still has to go to a work site and is not an essential employee, please, if you have an idea of how you could telecommute or some alternative, talk to your employer. We need people to be creative here. Anyone who believes that there's a problem at their work site that can be addressed, call 311 and we will try and help. Our Department of Consumer and Worker Protection or our Commission on Human Rights can step in if someone is being kept at a work site who does not need to be in as a non-essential worker. We want to make sure that employers really get the message that everyone needs to be home who can be home. And as to the city workforce, which is about 380,000 strong when you factor in all elements of the public sector at the city level. By Sunday, all non-essential personnel across all our agencies will be working from home in some form or fashion, or will be waiting for a specific assignment. Many, of course, can do telework. Some we're going to come up with a new way for them to work at home, even if it doesn't exist right now. Some.
Okay, we're going to move on. If you want to keep watching the mayor's announcement, you can go to Mayor de Blasio on Twitter. All right, so we are back. We are bringing you live coverage here at Agenda Free TV. Real quick, thank you to Leon Pick, Leandro Garcia, Memnon, Freaky Frida, Soul Search Astrology, Danny Evans, John Dildy, Darren Mahon, and Petor Rainison for your support, and also DH and Jeff C. All right, so we are back and we are bringing you live updates on what is going on with the coronavirus around the world. If you have comments, questions, updates, you can write to me on Twitter. @Lookner on Twitter is where you can reach me. Sorry, I'm just checking up on some different sources here, on checking up on updates. So I'm just catching up on some different sources here. So in case you didn't see it, well, I probably have to update my case numbers. In case you didn't see it, just some of the big updates today. We had, let's go back here. Okay, so in case you missed it, Italy reported 5,322 new cases and 427 new deaths. So I believe that's a record number of cases for Italy, over 5,000, 427 new deaths. So things continue to be really bad in Italy. That happened, and also the number from Spain over 24 hours was, I should have that here. Spain, it was a little hard to figure out. They reported about 3,500 cases over 24 hours, and we read an article before that suggested the number of deaths in Spain was around like 180 over the past day. But they do kind of rolling updates throughout the day, so it was a little hard to tell. In France, there was 108 deaths in France in the past day. That update was 108 new deaths and 8 deaths. And then there's been, there's been some big updates as there's more testing in the U.S. We've seen a lot bigger updates from states. Michigan, 226 cases new so far in Michigan. So they've jumped from 110 to 336 in a day. Massachusetts announced 72 more cases. UK, the number of deaths in the UK went up by about 40%. They announced 643 new cases and 40 new deaths in the UK. And New York City so far today, from last night, has added over 2,000 cases, over 2,200 cases. And that was just this number here, this 3,615 cases in New York, was as of this morning. Mayor de Blasio said that's of this morning. So he says the number in New York City is higher than that now. Also, 22 people have died in New York City. In Georgia, 90 new cases in Georgia in the past day. So the updates from different states are getting higher as there's more testing. There's not been much testing in the U.S. And then in terms, a couple of famous people in the U.S. have gotten it. Daniel Dae Kim from Hawaii 5-0 and lost. He announced he had it. The coach of the New Orleans Saints, Sean Payton, has coronavirus.
That's what they're saying, yo. It's not if you get it, it's when you get it, are you going to survive? And they're just saying, like, most people will survive this shit, but more than likely, with a high probability, if you wanted to take a wager on it, put your money on you're going to catch this shit. No matter how hard you try. And you may catch it
so and
not even know you got it and never know you had it.
What's being reported, and also
or you might die. So you know it's just it's up in the air. It's up in the air, really. You know. You know, you need to get more essential oils in your diet, like some cannabinoids. I heard that shit killed the coronavirus. I'm good. Gucci gravy.
I'm just catching up on some things here.
Wow, it's been a minute since I painted in black and white. Yo, this shit is so fun. It's different, like, it's way different with just the two colors. It's like 50 shades of gray. Shit. I need a different shade.
Oh, I didn't see this. Thank you. Stony Romo sent me this. I hadn't seen this. The Denver Nuggets say a member of their organization has tested positive for coronavirus. I don't know if that's a player or it could be an executive. So the Denver Nuggets basketball team say a member of their organization has tested positive for coronavirus. I don't know who it is. The person who was tested after experiencing symptoms on March 16th is currently under care of medical staff and is in self-isolation. So that person only started experiencing symptoms 3 days ago. I don't know if this is a player or not. From Adrian Wojnarowski.
The Walking Dead, yo. Everybody walking around with this shit,
Thanks for letting me know.
Everybody got it. You know what I'm saying? You ain't even got to get bit by a zombie. You just die, come right back.
Oh, I've started to see this report. Josh Jacob, architect, sent me this. I've seen a couple of reports about this in the last few minutes. Yasser Ali, I'll show you some other reports. While Senate Intel Chairman Richard Burr was telling business leaders in private that the coronavirus would be akin to the 1918 pandemic, he was unloading stocks that would later decline in value. Yeah, I've seen a couple reports about this this afternoon. Let's see if I can find another one for you.
All right, motherfuckers, all them goddamn trend forecasters and goddamn.
He's with NPR. Secret recording. Oh no, that's not. I want to think about the stocks. Here it is.
Yeah, the stock forecasters and these motherfuckers like, oh, I'm out, bro. I'm about to sell off everything. It ain't gonna be worth a shit if this fucking virus killed
Yamiche Alcindor
30 million people worldwide.
PBS. She's with PBS. Soon after he offered public assurances that the government was ready to battle coronavirus, Senate Intelligence Committee Chairman Richard Burr sold off between 500,000, 800,000, and 1.56 million of his holdings on February 13th in 29 separate transactions. Also, there's a recording that came out of him. Let me show you the other part of this story is this. Secret recording attained by NPR shows Senate Intel Chairman Richard Burr raised alarms about coronavirus weeks ago in private meeting with well-connected constituents, concerns he never shared with the public. Now, I don't know why he sold his stock. Maybe he had some other reason for selling the stock. Maybe his reason for selling the stock had nothing to do with the coronavirus stuff. I don't know. I have no idea. So I'm guessing you'll see more news on this. I'm just letting you know it's a story that I've seen a bunch of reporting on this afternoon. But, maybe there was some particular reason he wanted to sell the stock that had nothing to do with the coronavirus. I don't know. If I hear more on it, I'll let you know.
I like how he plays devil's advocate for everything. Like,
here's a little more information about the Senate.
Because you really don't know.
The U.S. Senate plan for sending checks to Americans. Senate GOP plan includes $1,200 checks to Americans making less than $75,000 annually, $500 for each child. The amount of checks is reduced by $5 for every $100 a person earns over $75,000. So above $99,000, people won't get anything. That's from John Bresnahan.
I don't make $75,000 a year. I wish I did. I'd be straight, nigga. 75 stacks in a year? Bitch, please. Gucci, nigga. Gucci. I need a job. Now that got me frustrated. I wish I had a career that paid me $75,000 a year.
On Brazil. Katie Watson, big jump in the number of cases in Brazil today, 621 from 428. So the number of cases in Brazil has gone up by about 50%, by almost 200. That is, do they have that yet on, I don't know. No, Brazil doesn't, they're not updated there, are they, or are they? No, so again, so far today, 193 new cases in Brazil. Let's find out some more information about Brazil.
Checks ain't coming though. I hate to burst your bubble, but checks ain't coming.
Prevent Senior has 5 new deaths from a new coronavirus. Brazil at Folha de Sao Paulo. The Prevent Senior Network, a health operator for the elderly. Sounds like there's, I don't know if this is like a bunch of, nursing homes or something. 5 deaths caused by the new coronavirus confirmed in the state of Sao Paulo occurred in the Prevent Senior Network. All those killed were elderly men.
Killed?
Okay.
Or who died? They were killed or did they die? There's a difference.
Well, it's not clear whether there are employees among the dead.
Maybe the employees whacked them. You got coronavirus? Yeah, amigo, come right here this way. We got a new treatment. It's a cure. Whap. Whap, whap.
So that is a significant increase in Brazil.
They were killed. The males who were killed, wait a minute. You don't kill people in hospitals, man. People do happen to die in hospitals sometimes, but you don't kill them in the hospital, do you?
Axios says, and I believe it, a study has indicated that if Chinese authorities had acted 3 weeks earlier than they did, the number of coronavirus cases could have been reduced by 95% and its geographic spread limited. Well, that came out yesterday. But yeah, I mean...
yeah, in hindsight, motherfucker.
They had acted when they first heard about the virus.
If, man, fuck it, if. We here now, bro.
Then way easier to control it.
If they would have acted 3 weeks, bitch, that was a month ago now. Calm down. Let's deal with this shit. Let's be realistic. If China, man, if was a fifth, I wouldn't give a damn that the liquor store closed right now. You know what I'm saying? I if myself to sleep.
Oh, Governor Wolf of Pennsylvania is ordering all non-essential businesses to close.
Here we go, my
at 8
state.
p.m. Enforcement begins tomorrow.
Oh my God. To close by when?
So another U.S. state has done something like this. That's from Intel Doge.
Now I gotta look up what the fuck Governor Wolf said about PA. Do what now? I can't go to work tomorrow. Is what you telling me? What is a non-essential? I need to get the definition of that shit.
Jesse Hellman reports Louisiana Governor John Bel Edwards told Trump today he thinks the state can run out of capacity to deliver health care in 7 days.
Oh, wow. Wow. Wow.
7 days.
In 1 week, nobody can't fix a broken bone, stitch up a goddamn wound, clean out a gunshot or nothing. We will not have the health capacity to function in a week. I'm shot. You better go to Rite Aid, get some bandages. See, this shit the more and more motherfuckers keep saying, I realize the more and more shit I need to go get some bandages. I still ain't really got my extra gas yet. Y'all gotta go get some gas jugs and fill up on some extra gas, yo. Just in case I gotta haul ass out this fucking state without stopping. Cause once I go, if I'm gone, I'm hitting back roads. Even that shit take a little bit longer, and I'm out, bro. I'm not stopping at no gas station. I just gotta have the gas on me to refill on the side of the road. I'll refill wherever I'm at.
This was sent to me by Anders.
I think if the pandemic gets too bad, they'll definitely cut the internet too to stop people from spreading
in Madrid, 80%
information.
of people expected to get the virus, official says. 8 out of 10 people in the Spanish capital will get COVID-19, according to the president of the region of Madrid, Isabel Diaz Ayuso. They will have mild symptoms, she said, but it will be a problem for the vulnerable population, which is around 15% of people. Well, it's not the case that if you're not, roughly 80% of people who get it, they have a more mild experience, but you can have serious case of this even if you're not, an older person with a health condition.
That's what the dude on Joe Rogan was saying, like, oh, it's killing old people. Like, no, there's people in their 20s dying from this shit, yo.
This is interesting. Conrad Virus sent me this. Li Fang said, heard about several people in the Bay Area receiving $400 tickets from police for not social distancing. I don't know, I haven't heard this report anywhere else. I'll see if I can find anything else.
Italy said they're handing out citations that are like $60. But Los Angeles handed out a $400 fine for being outside. Yo, I'm telling you, yo. And then when they do send you your government welfare check, you're going to owe that shit in city fines for breaking the new ordinances of social distancing.
I haven't seen any confirmation of that, so I'll let you know if I do. Here's more about this story that's coming out. Senator dumped up to $1.6 million of stock after reassuring public about coronavirus preparedness. Intelligence Chair Richard Burr's sell-off came around the time he was receiving daily briefings on the health threat. This is from ProPublica. Soon after he offered the public assurances that the government was ready to battle the coronavirus, the powerful chairman of the Senate Intelligence Committee, Richard Burr, sold off a significant percentage of his stocks, unloading between 580,000 and 1.56 million of his holdings in 29 separate transactions. As head of the Intelligence Committee, Burr has access to the government's most highly classified information about threats in America's security. His committee was receiving daily coronavirus briefings around this time. A week after his sales, the stock market began a sharp decline and has lost about 30% since. Burr came under fire after NPR obtained a secret recording from February 27, in which the lawmaker gave a VIP group at an exclusive social club a much more dire preview of the economic impact of the coronavirus than what he had told the public. Senator Burr filed a financial disclosure form for personal transactions made several weeks before the U.S. and financial markets showed signs of volatility due to the growing coronavirus outbreak, his spokesperson said. As the situation continues to evolve daily, he has been deeply concerned by the steep and sudden toll this pandemic is taking on our economy. He is not particularly wealthy. Roll Call estimated his net worth at $1.7 million in 2018, indicating that the February stock sales significantly shaped his financial fortunes and spared him from some of the pain that many Americans are now facing. Interesting. According to NPR's report, Burr had told attendees of a private luncheon, "There's one thing I can tell you about this. It's much more aggressive in its transmission than anything we have seen in recent history. It is probably more akin to the 1918 pandemic." He warned people at this private luncheon that companies might have to curtail their employees' travel, that schools could close, and that the military might be mobilized to compensate for overwhelmed hospitals. The luncheon was organized by the Tar Heel Circle, a club for business organizations in North Carolina that are charged $10,000 for membership and are promised interaction with top leaders and staff from Congress, the administration, and the private sector. Burr's public comments had been considerably less dire. In a February 7th op-ed that he co-authored with another senator, he assured the public that the U.S. today is better prepared than ever before to face emerging public health threats like the coronavirus. He wrote, "No matter the outbreak or threat, Congress and the federal government have been vigilant in identifying gaps in its readiness efforts and improving response capabilities." So anyways, I'm guessing you will be hearing more about this story. Again, maybe he has some other reason for selling.
I'm not going to take any art advice coming from a janitor.
I'm guessing you'll hear more about it.
Yeah. If you're just a janitor, don't try to critique my art. This dude with the foolishness. And you know what? I'm here for the foolishness, motherfucker. I'm here for the foolishness. Motherfucking janitor talking about Baba. Whatever the fuck he just said. Shut the fuck up.
Frezio says, think he is the only one.
He's the only one.
This was sent to me by Joseph Harper. Ashley Zavala posted this. In his letter to the President Trump, Governor of California Gavin Newsom warns the state projects roughly 56% of California's population will be infected with the virus over an 8-week period. That's 25.5 million people. That's from Ashley Zavala for Cron.
You're so stupid, bro. I mean, you're not stupid. I'm not gonna say you're stupid, but you're so not artistically inclined, homie. Calm down, bro. Calm down.
21 new cases in South Carolina. South Carolina is investigating 21 new cases. That brings the total number statewide to 81. They don't really say much about the cases. They say where they are, but that's it. Dallas police officer tests positive for coronavirus.
God damn it, police. Don't bring that virus to my house.
Department plans for possible reduction in staff.
Fuck the cops.
I mean, this is like, you know, if you just go to different cities and you look up their like newspapers, you see all these stories.
That's it, yeah.
Employee at Town Hearth, a steakhouse in Dallas, has tested positive for coronavirus.
Oh my God. Oh my God. It's everywhere.
Dallas County announces 20 new cases, including Dallas County's first death.
Oh, Janitor and Jason are homies. I didn't know you guys rode together, bro. Y'all came here in the same car? What? They rode together, guys. Dumb and Dumber. Welcome to the motherfucking party. Don't leave so early, bitch. I just got started. Damn it. I hate when the trolls won't let me troll them back. Hate when the trolls won't let me troll them back, man. Oh, scary ass. Oh, no joke having ass. Oh, dry snitching ass. Oh, wannabe motherfuckers. Oh, no talent having ass.
This is interesting. There's an article out. Hey, thank you, Jade Hare, for your support. I really appreciate it, Jade Hare. Thank you. Thank you, Ron S. and Blue Mist as well. Ron S. and Blue Mist, thank you. Hey, thanks to our moderators. We have Becky Scarlett moderating right now and Eddie Smith.
Becky Scarlett.
Sorry, Mark Helton. Really appreciate all of our moderators. They're all in our YouTube chat right now, those moderators. Thank you. Jackie B
Becky
is there.
Scarlett.
Also, our Periscope moderators. We have had Misha and Linda Belk, Sharon Craig, Generic
every
Matter.
platform. He said he on Periscope right now. Damn, I see above the water. I'm on TikTok, Snapchat, Hulu,
and our other
Voodoo.
Periscope mods. Thank you. Also, our Facebook and Twitch mods on Facebook moderators like Shay Jerner, Denise Fredrickson, Courtney Lane, Kimberly Peterson, Dan Lindquist, Joe Serino, and on Twitch, moderators such as Daily Disclosure, Matthew Johnson, Idaho Star,
motherfucker on every platform. YouTube,
Smoke, Love
Facebook,
Kelly, XXD, Sully. Thank you, all of our moderators. Hey, I just saw this. They just posted an article on, I guess, New York Times. This was this morning. A deadly coronavirus mix in Florida, an aging population, and lots of young visitors.
Mm-hmm. Florida about to go down. Boy, they about to burn Florida to the ground.
New York Times.
What?
They say
they about to burn Florida to the ground. All these motherfuckers talking about spring break, fuck the virus.
Florida community of the Villages, the retirement capital of America, and the place with the nation's highest concentration of older people, only 33 people have been tested for coronavirus. In the Florida Keys, swamped with young spring breakers and travelers from around the world, just 16 people have been tested. 10 of Florida's 67 counties have not tested anyone for coronavirus.
We don't do
Faced
corona
with the
testing down
prospect
here
of
in Florida,
dealing
boy.
a shattering blow to an $86 billion tourism injury, Governor Ron DeSantis has moved more slowly than some other states to contain the pandemic. Whole swaths of the state have yet to begin robust testing.
We need our...
Even as some of the beaches still swarm with college revelers, the state refused to close them.
Yeah, we need our vacation revenue down here, man. You know Florida's a tourist state, man. I can't
In
shut
many
my
cases,
damn
even
state
people
down.
with a known exposure or who are exhibiting symptoms have not been offered testing in Florida, according to interviews with doctors, patients, and family members across the state. While testing is falling well short of demand across the country, public health officials say the unique risk in Florida, where 27% of the population is over the age of 60, and 8 people have already died, creates a serious need for better testing.
Serious need for better testing, bitch.
You can read that article on New York Times.
New York Times. Has to be true. They reported it in the Times. I read it in a newspaper. A newspaper? What's that? It's a paper that tells you the news. Well, why don't you just Google it? Because I like to read it. I know you can read it on Google too. Like, you can read it on Google, the news. I prefer the paper.
Yeah, see, now lots of people are reporting the story. Senator dumped up to $1.6 million of stock after reassuring public about coronavirus preparedness.
Yeah, motherfucker, why you getting out the stock market, bitch? I thought you just said everything gonna be alright, bro. Huh? That's like a motherfucker on the plane, there a bunch of turbulence and shit going on, and the captain's like, we're just having, you know, some severe turbulence, the weather should clear up any second, but as he's telling you this, he's putting on a parachute. Everything's gonna be great, guys. These turbulence shouldn't last much longer. We're gonna come out of this unscathed. As he tightens his parachute. Like, what the fuck are you putting on the parachute for, though, bro? I'm cold and I can't find my jacket. So I'm gonna wear this parachute to keep my back warm. You wouldn't believe that.
The official number of deaths around the world is over 10,000.
Ooh, 10,000 people dead from coronavirus. 10,000 people dead.
He also checked.
From coronavirus.
The Johns Hopkins number, what is this one? They have cases at 242, so B&O is ahead of Johns Hopkins. Okay.
I'd rather die in the gang fight than to die from a virus.
Switzerland has a lot of cases.
Rather die from a gang fight than die from a virus.
3,888 cases.
I'ma stay up all night, dripping acid in my iris. Hey. Fuck coronavirus party. I thought this shit was supposed to happen in like 2012. Yo, if this shit happened in 2012, motherfuckers really would think the world was about to end for real, yo. For real, for real.
Do they have anything on cases here?
Or even the year 2000, motherfuckers thought 2000 was going to be some shit. Yo, it's the year 2000. The computers are going to reset. We're going to lose everything.
Curfew on 65.
I don't live through Y2K, 2012.
Here's the number of cases in Switzerland.
9/11. Numbers. Now I finally got a word. COVID-19. I survived all this shit, bro. Fucking gangster, bro. OG, nigga. OG.
In the canton of Uri, over 65-year-olds have not been allowed to leave their house or apartment since Thursday night.
Some of y'all too young to even remember Y2K. Y'all don't remember that shit? I wasn't born until 2001.
If you're over 65, you can't leave your house.
Child.
The police will consistently monitor and enforce compliance with the measure.
Where? What state? What did he say?
Groceries and other urgent errands must be carried out by relatives, neighbors, or the voluntary service. So they're literally forcing people who are over 65 to stay at home. Those are the most vulnerable people.
Take your ass back in the house, Granddad. You can't come outside with the virus, Granddad. Look here, boy. I served in Vietnam. I don't give a fuck if you served in Vietnam, old head. Take your ass in the house.
Post no longer accepts parcels and letters for numerous countries. because many international airlines have either reduced or their flights significantly due to the virus or stopped them altogether.
Going to house pops for you catch this virus out here.
The idea that you might not be able to mail something to another country.
I can't wait for the first person to come up with a coronavirus strand of marijuana. What you smoking on today? That Corona. It gives you a killer cough. Like, and I don't know. I don't know if I want that. A killer cough. No, I'm gonna pass.
There are now 20 diagnosed cases among New York NYPD, New York Police.
Cops. Yo, shit is about to get crazy because the doctors are getting sick, the cops are getting sick. They're like, bring out the military. The military's gonna get sick.
Now, I think the NYPD is like 50,000 people.
And then when the military gets sick, who's going to stop the purge? No one. Listen to me. No one will stop the purge. When that shit starts, you better be ready. Because the cops ain't coming to help in the purge. Motherfucking strangers knock on your door. Don't open that shit if you ain't got something to some kind of equalizer. Because they gonna rape you and your husband and then take all your food stuff. Damn. The cops getting sick. We on and popping down. This is the breakdown, people. This is the breakdown. The social breakdown. In 2 weeks, we'll start seeing social unrest because there aren't enough law enforcement officials to stop poor people from looting and robbing. That's why they're all like, oh, we got to get this money to these people now. Everybody needs money now. Yeah, because in 2 weeks, a motherfucker without no job, no paycheck, and no money in the bank. See, right now, people are worried, scared, and fearful. You know what people aren't? They aren't desperate. Now, if you're fearful and you're desperate, then all kind of shit comes behind that, including violence. So, if you're around a lot of desperate, scared motherfuckers, you better get the fuck out of there. It goes back to the old tale of the ants and the grasshopper. The grasshopper don't want to do shit but jump around all spring and summer long while the ants toil away, gathering supplies and stocking supplies up. Then the winter come and the ants got food and the grasshopper don't. Don't be the grasshopper. Do not be the grasshopper. Well, I'm from far enough south where motherfuckers say hopper grass. I ain't lying to you. You seen that hopper grass over there? A hopper grass, man, them things everywhere. I mean a grasshopper? Hopper grass, grasshopper. Motherfucker, you know what I'm talking about, ain't it? Yeah, I guess I know what you're talking about. Alright, what the fuck you correcting me for, nigga? Shit. If you know what the fuck I'm talking about, you should just keep the conversation going. You sitting there trying to have a whole study course on Etymology is some shit, nigga. Shit. Now, like I was saying, you get you some hoppergrass and some crickets. You can go fishing with that shit, boy. Them bass, shit. Them bass love some cricket. You jump in the boat. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I ain't gonna say I'm the best artist, but whoever the best artist is, you know, I'm kind of fucking with him, you know what I'm saying? Shit. Fucking with you, bro. Coming through with this ill artwork.
New York City Police Department has 38,000 police officers and 19,000 non-officers. It's 57,000 people.
I work for the police department, but I ain't no cop.
Seattle Times says woman who flew from U.S. to China for coronavirus tests faces criminal charges. A woman who flew last week, this is from Los Angeles Times actually, from L.A. Times. A woman who flew last week from Massachusetts to Los Angeles, then to Beijing, where she tested positive for coronavirus, is under investigation on allegations of concealing her symptoms and putting fellow travelers at risk of infection. The woman took fever-reducing medication before boarding a plane and lied to flight attendants, according to Beijing's Disease Control Center and an Air China representative.
Dirty bitch.
I guess she flew on a Chinese airline. That is from LA Times.
See, I know I can't fly no way for real. Like, I'm an anomaly in the fact that my body temperature is slightly elevated than most normal people. Like, I'm like 1 or 2 degrees hotter.
Dave Wasserman, who I follow for election stuff, says a friend who works at...
Like, anytime I wanted to fake sick at school and they take my temperature, they're like, oh, you do have a slight temperature. Nah, bitch, my mouth just hot.
In patient care, has had a bad cough, aches for the last few days, and his primary care physician still can't get him tested. Both unconscionable and increasingly common story.
I try to go somewhere on the flight. They're like, nigga, you got a slight temperature. Like, nah, I'm always like that. Oh, yeah, for real? Really?
Virginia.
Like, no, for real. I always got a little temperature. Because I'm hot, nigga. I'm hot.
That's a hospital in Virginia.
No sports, no entertainment. All the movies shut down. All the concerts
This is a
shut
good
down.
point. Florian Kramer says, are there still press conferences by the CDC? Did I miss them? I don't think there's been a press conference by the CDC for a long time.
CDC already retreated into their
They
fucking
used
bunker.
to do the press conferences every day.
Man, they in the bunker waiting for this shit to blow over, bro. Fuck y'all.
Now they don't do them. It's a good point.
Just like the movie 2012, motherfuckers knew that shit was coming. They started getting the information to all their people. Like, here's your ticket. Here's your fucking ticket. Yo, tell everybody. Yo, get your wife together. Get the fuck out of there now.
Why don't they have a press conference at the CDC every day?
Because CDC is in hibernation right now. They cooling out. You know what I'm saying? Drinking Mai Tais. And you know what? The people on Sentinel Island, motherfuckers won't never know about this shit. Yo, they good.
This is from Miami Herald. American Airlines grounds 55,000 flights, offers voluntary leaves to employees. American Airlines is grounding 55,000 flights and is parking 450 planes, about half its fleet.
Y'all ain't going nowhere.
The airline is the third largest private employee in Miami-Dade County with 13,500 employees, I think, in just Miami-Dade County.
Damn.
They offered voluntary unpaid leaves of absences to most union members. The company is also offering early retirement for employees with 15 years of service. A lot of people are going to be out of work.
And that's what I kept telling people, like, when the shit was only in China. Oh, they're shutting down China, they're quarantining, they're shutting down the factory and plants for like a week or two.
In the US,
and it's like, oh, that's crazy. They're doing that. Like, yeah, you don't even realize how crazy it fucking is until it happens here. And they tell you can't go to fucking work and you can't leave your house. And now look at the shit.
Right now in the US where the experts have told us what is coming, and we're seeing the case numbers come up yet.
Yeah.
You know, I'm very.
As soon as they said, oh, a couple of weeks without work, like what? Whoa. Really, China? You're not going to work? But China makes everything. How can you not work, China? How can you stop your factories and shit for weeks at a time? How are people going to live? How are they going to survive? And now, it's here. And I talked to one of my friends earlier today, yo, like, how's it going? What's up? Blah, 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 blah. I'm at work chilling. She's like, shit. At least you're at work. They shut my fucking shit down. I had to file unemployment today. And it's like, oh, coronavirus. This shit will directly affect every citizen of this country, yo. And the world will never be the same after this. You know, if we can get a hang on this shit, yo, this shit is going to change the fucking world. And how we operate, how countries interact one to the other. Rules and regulations on meats and markets and vendors and new licenses and codes and all kind of shit are going to come out of here, yo. You know what I'm saying? Different extreme measures that will be taken the next time by military personnel or whoever the fuck ever. But they're definitely going to change a lot of things that we consider normal and standard with the way the world operates and functions right now. Preparedness. So when shit start happening, don't be all surprised and shocked and flabbergasted and not knowing what to do. You know what I'm saying? Panicky. You can't think straight if you're panicky. So you know the shit is coming. Just get prepared to either sit still or make a move when it's your time. It's called fight or flight. You gonna stay here, fight this shit out, or you gonna ride the fuck out and seek shelter somewhere else? They need to give us a warning before they shut highways down, because if it comes to the point where they say they're going to shut down highway travel for a certain amount of time, I don't want to stay in this state. I'm hauling ass to a different state. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. So long. Toodaloo. Adios. Au revoir. Arrivederci. Ciao. In other news, there is no other news. Everything's about the coronavirus. There is no other news. I'm fucking with you guys. Any non-essential businesses needs to stop functioning. So does that mean like all network syndicated programming is going to go down? Because we really just need the internet. We don't need like TV studios producing news and shit for us. So yeah, they're gonna shut down just like local news stations and shit. Your daily weather report, you can't hear it from your local weatherman because they're not allowed in the news studio. That's what I'm thinking about next. Like the restriction of information is about to come, and we're gonna like the dude just pondering like, why isn't the CDC making daily reports like they were for the past couple weeks, and now we haven't heard anything from the CDC. You know, they're tightening the hold on the information that they have and how this thing is developing. And so the easiest way to do that as well is to shut down fucking TV stations and shit. No local news. Y'all don't need to know what's going on. Everything that goes on that you hear is coming from the government. That baby a little worried. You worried, little mama? Y'all scared. Why? I didn't think this was gonna ever happen. That's your problem. Fuck me. Why couldn't I execute that perfectly? Like the perfect artist I am. Fuck. Alright. Okay. Put some of that there, put a little bit more there, wiggle my brush right here, swirl it around right there, match some paint like this. And now I got a painting. Alright, I'm gonna turn back on the music maker, the noise maker in a minute. Because when I'm not listening to anything, I have a tendency to talk. And when I talk, I realize how silly I sound. I sound silly. See, that's what I'm talking about. Shit like that. Yeah? Where it's like, shut up, brain, and your brain just stares at you internally like, you wish. But if your brain is gonna always be on, at least be having like some kind of intelligent thoughts. Me? Nope. Just dumb, goofy shit. Don't make sense. Hey. What you doing? In the studio painting? Yeah. I'll be back in a little while. Okay. You better. Better let off a couple of them. Wow, bitch, I ain't playing over here. Wham, don't come in my fucking yard. Wow, just that last one, just to let motherfuckers know, bitch, I got that heat over here, motherfucker. Not playing this shit with y'all today, man. Got your city on lockdown. Shit about to hit the fan. Got your city on lockdown. Just saw a military van. Your city on lockdown. I really hope you understand. Your city's on lockdown. I gotta come up with some lyrics for that real quick. I really hope you got a plan, cause your city's on lockdown. I just saw a military van, and your city's on lockdown. Escape from New York, motherfuckers. Welcome to the jungle. We got fun and games. Oh boy, shit about to get real soon. Brought to you from a state of emergency. Let the panic begin. I can't wait for this purge shit though, bro. That's what I'm talking about. Ready to kill a motherfucker. Try me. I've been waiting for this day, man, just so a motherfucker can try me. So I'm like, yo, that shit was crazy last year, right? Like, yo, son, I killed that nigga. Now he tried to take my can of beans, though. It was my last can of beans, and I saw that look in his eye, and right then I knew it was either him or me. And I ain't about to die over my beans. They got your city on lockdown. Really hope you got a plan. They got your city on lockdown. I just saw a military van. Now the city's on lockdown. And I hope you understand that you can't ride out now. That you was not the man. And the city's on lockdown. Should have been a songwriter. You know? Give me an hour or so in the beat. I'll come up with a city on lockdown. Whole song for shit. Fire. Fire, son. Fire. I just need somebody else to perform that shit, because I ain't getting on the stage and doing all whatever for the gram, you know? Do it for the vine. No. Now Vines died out and you got TikTok, nigga. TikTok, TikTok. You only got a few seconds to make an impact. TikTok. Eddie. I'm confused. Yo, Skynet, ain't somebody banned you one time? This dude don't know when to quit. Bam 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 bam. Ba-da-dam bam. Bam ba ba bam bam. Ba-da-dam bam. Ba ba bam ba ba bam bam. Ba-da-da bam. Bam ba ba bam bam. Ba-da-da bam. 'Cause your city's on lockdown. I really hope you got a plan. They got your city on lockdown. I just saw a military van. They got your city on lockdown. I really hope you understand that your city's on lockdown. The government's never gonna end. And now your city's on lockdown. Alright, your city's on lockdown. I really hope you got a plan. Your city's on lockdown. I just saw a military van. Your city's on lockdown. I really hope you understand that your city's on lockdown. What I'm gonna say? Martial law just began. Van, plan, stand, began. All simple, but it sounds good. Now, what's the last part? Martial law just began. Okay, yeah. From the top. They got your city on lockdown. I really hope you got a plan. They got your city on lockdown. I just saw a military van. They got your city on lockdown. I really hope you understand. They got your city on lockdown. Martial law just began. They got your city on lockdown. I really hope you got a plan. They got your city on lockdown. And with your city on lockdown. Martial law just began. 'Cause the city's on lockdown. I just saw a military van. And now my city's on lockdown. I ain't got no food to eat. Somebody help me write this shit, man. I need some more lyrics. Come on now. That's just the hook. So now we need the core meat of the song. The core. Ooh, that's the hard part. Now, unless the beat is really hard, and then people only care about the beat and the hook, and they don't give a damn to learn the lyrics to the entire song, which is alright sometimes when you're just talking some fugazi bullshit. You know, we all have our moments. Did I not ever turn the laptop back on? That's why I'm still rambling in my mouth. Fuck. How long have I been here? 2 hours. Shit. I just saw a military van. Martial law just began. And now my city's on lockdown. I can't call my guy to bring me my medicine. That's not over the counter. Fuck, you know why? Cause your city's on lockdown. Oh shit, what the fuck? Hello? Hello? Yes? Yes? Hmm? Do the right thing, just do the right thing. Cover your mouth when you cough. If you do the right thing, just do the right thing. You can back that coronavirus off. So just cough into your elbow. Hey, 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 cough into your elbow. Do it this way, cough into your elbow. Now hit the dab, cough into your elbow. The virus is a drag. Cough into your elbow. Do it this way. Cough into your elbow. I am a songwriting genius. And I beg you to differ. Beg your pardon? Huh? You beg for a pardon? For what? Why do I need to pardon you, my good man? Cough into your elbow. Dun 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 dun. It won't be the same. Jesus knows your name. Flying on a plane. That man is deranged. I'm going insane. I'm just saying shit now. Cough into your elbow. Do it this way. Cough into your elbow. It will keep you safe. And then you can have like a hardcore rapper bust in with some hardcore raps on that shit. Cough into your elbow, do it this way. Yeah, motherfuckers, like. And then he'll spit a couple of bars, maybe do like a little quick 8 bars real quick. If you're going to sneeze, like Hachu, running out of tissue, so I'm wiping with bamboo. Whatever the fuck ever, nigga. Shit, calm the fuck down, bitch. Bitch ass. Y'all mad I can curse and y'all can't. And I don't give a fuck. Honestly. You know? You feel me? You feel me, young boy? Who trying to come in my stream with all the profanity? Yo, bitch ass can't do that shit. You know why? Because you's a pussy. You're a fucking punk, bro. That's all you is, a punk. You know what a punk is? I ain't gonna tell you what a punk is, bro. You know what you can do, though? Huh? Cough into your elbow. Do it this way. Cough into your elbow. Keep us all safe. That's a better lyric. Yeah, it'll keep us all safe if you cough into your elbow and sneeze into the palm of your hands. And then shake hands continuously all day. No sanitizer. What? That's like living that YOLO life, bitch. No sanitizer? Nigga, I just went to a public bathroom. No sanitizer. What? Nigga, you gangster. Nigga, gangster. I'll holler at you in 14 days. See how you doing. Ooh, ooh, ooh. La-dee-da. Boo, boo, boo. Body-ba. Trying not to get ahead of myself, but this shit looking fucking dope as shit, nigga. Yeah, boy. I'm the man, I'm the man, I'm the man. Yeah. I'm the man, I'm the man. Yeah. And I'm the man, I'm the man. I'm in demand. Yeah. Alright, guys. This has been an after work stream because unlike some of you fucking slackers, I still had to go to work today. Coronavirus or not. You know, put my time in. I've been up since early. Now, I needs to see what I'm chefing up for dinner because I ain't take shit out the freezer. I ain't gonna lie, y'all. I might eat some oodles and noodles. You heard me? You heard? Man, I might eat some oodles and noodles. But see, I spice my oodles and noodles up, right? So, what you do is, you boil your noodles, right? I ain't gonna tell y'all how I fix my noodles, man. Just know for a fact, when I fix my noodles, my oodles and noodles, that shit be different, son. Man, that shit like it come out of one of them Korean restaurants. Now it's just regular noodles. You got some chicken up in that shit, some diced chicken. You put an egg up in there, some fresh cilantro. Season that shit with a little bit of ponzu and some garlic. Man, slamming. That just ain't regular ramen. You know what I'm saying? You gotta spice your ramen up, man. You gotta make that shit tasty, man. If your oodles and noodles don't look like that, I can't eat with you. How you fix your noodles? I just ball them and put the pack of sauce on it. Oh no, that's basic. I don't eat no. I eat oodles and noodles. I ain't gonna lie, but my shit don't be basic. Just water and sauce. Shit. I gotta have my shit zesty. Have my shit tasty than a fuck. You eat oodles and noodles the way I fix it, you'll never fix oodles and noodles the same again. Like, this nigga put eggs and chicken in some shit called cilantro. I don't know what it is, but it green and it tastes good. I thought it was parsley. It's a difference, bro. Cilantro, man. It gives it that fresh spring taste. You know? That's what you want to look for. You know what I'm saying? The taste of nature. Can't have basic ramen soup, man. You gotta have classy noodle soup, man. Classy. You know, upscale ramen. Y'all don't do upscale ramen? Well, too bad, because I can't do basic ramen. My ramen gotta have something. This shit just noodles, nigga. That's it. Just noodles in the water. I can't eat that. Put some meat in that shit, man. What kind of meat? I don't give a fuck, bro. Some turkey, some chicken, some fish, something. Put some meat in that shit, man. You ain't got no oregano, some basil, some cilantro, none of that. Oh my god, bro. I can't eat noodles with you, man. Can't eat noodles with po people. You know what I'm saying? Po people don't know no better. They just water and then put the pack of sauce in it. No, you dummy. Let me expand your palate. Introduce you to my friend called Hood Noodles. And I think that's what I'm about to go make myself for dinner. Some ramen. I won't be eating that ramen. Well, fuck you, homie. We don't care if you eat ramen or not. Oh yeah. Good old black and white. Damn, that shit coming alive. It's coming alive. It's coming alive. This is gonna be a good pain when it's done. It's gonna be so nice. So nice. It's gonna be the nicest. Alright. Oh yeah. I'm starting to yarn and shit. I guess I'll go downstairs and watch my coronavirus news downstairs while I eat my hungry man meal. Well. Shit. Alright, Hey. It was great. It was great. A lot of people asked about you. I said a lot of people asked about you. Yeah, everybody's doing good. Got to see all my cousins who had babies. They seen all my little ones now. Cause Chase, my aunt Nini's son, he had a baby, and my cousin Nikki, her oldest son, he had a baby, and Nikki a grandma now, yo. Yeah, and then my nephew Dez, he had a baby, but he didn't come though. But yeah, Tyria grandma. Yup. Yo, this shit crazy, yo. You do what now? Okay. Oh yeah, yeah.